air. I wanted to come on and talk about what business you should start um, if you're thinking about getting into business. And this really is a twofold question, meaning some of you already have ideas for starting a business, but you're not necessarily sure if you should start that business. Well, this video is for you, so just make sure you watch it in its entirety. I'm gonna try to keep this short. And shout out to Samelia if you're watching. Credos to you for me shooting this video. But what business you should start, and this will apply to you if you don't have an idea, or it'll apply to you if you do have an idea. The question you really should be asking yourself is, what is your ideal role in this business 10 years from now? Why am I trying to get you to pose that particular question? Is because your ideal role 10 years from now will allow you to see what things you have to implement today, what skills you're going to have to employ, whether you developing those skills yourself or the skills that you're going to have to hire, right? So if you see yourself in your ideal role 10 years from now, it'll allow you to kind of start planning for that now. Now, that particular role, especially if you plan on owning the business, is going to have a few key characteristics. One is you're going to have some type of management role, right? If you plan on being a just solopreneur, I mean, you're going to have to manage your time and all of those different things. But if you're planning on having a huge team, you're going to have to manage those team members, right? So the management skill is very important. And that's more so of the technical side of the ideal role. But I really want you to look at the internal and assessing your risk tolerance. Okay, what do I mean by risk tolerance? You know, a guy asked me the other day, he was like, well, what stock should I buy? Because I invest in the market and things like that, not just as an investor but a trader as well. And I was like, well, you should start learning about it. And he was like, do you got any strategies for me? Well, my response was, it's really depending on your risk tolerance. And what your risk tolerance is will actually dictate not just how much risk you're willing to take, but will you be able to be happy based on the risk tolerance you're employing. Okay, so for an example, if you are not comfortable in getting a lot of investors to back you with millions of dollars, you know that you don't need to be going into a business that's going to require a lot of investors to back you, right? Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to, one, show that you have money invested, right? Before they invest in your particular business. And depending on which business it is, if you're not able to put skin in the game, it may not be something that's suitable for you. So that's just one example of risk tolerance. But just leave in the comments below and let me know if you understand what I'm talking about as it relates to understanding your risk tolerance. Now, the other thing is, and I want to share with you in the next video, just make sure you subscribe to this particular channel, and I'll make sure I notify you once that particular video is released. So hopefully this was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.